Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart 84, and we've got something a bit special here and a bit unique. A variety of avocado that, to be honest, I never thought I was going to be able to taste in the UK. This has been a real surprise, and it's thanks to my eagle-eyed friends at Tropical Gem, who happened to spot these when they were out and about, and I think they got a surprise as well. Now, this avocado, I think they were quite surprised when they looked at the label on the box. These, believe it or not, are ZUTANO. That's the Mexican, one of the Mexican varieties, which is obviously meant to be hardier than a lot of the sort of Caribbean and other sort of hybrid varieties. Yeah, these are actually ZUTANO. Now, they have a reputation for not being a particularly nice avocado. They're more grown for the hardness of the rootstock, and according to the box these were on, they came from Peru. Amazingly, perhaps it's thinking about it, there might be a slightly cooler winters in Peru, so I wouldn't be surprised. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is I haven't seen ZUTANO in the flesh before, and these look very pale to me. They're a much lighter yellowy green than I expected. Now, it may well be that that's not what ZUTANO normally look like. It may be these particular fruits may have been picked early. It might be to do with some of the climate they're in, the type of soil they're in. Perhaps they've been chilled in transit. This one here, I suspect I've left a bit. I've only had them 2 or 3 days, but I may have left it too long because it seems to have ripened extremely quickly. They were very hard when they brought them round for me. And I was planning to sort of cut one open yesterday and never got round to it, and it seems to have discoloured under the flesh. Now, they said they tried theirs and they thought the flavour was very unusual. Now, or not what they expected, I should say. Now, whether or not that means that it was very unpleasant, or they had not the kind of texture or appearance inside they were expecting, that remains to be seen. I mean, generally to me avocados taste like avocados, but my favourite by a long way actually has been bacon. I'm not really a fan of Hass avocados, probably because we actually have such poor quality ones here. I like Fuerte, but bacon, when I've had good quality ones, have definitely been my favourite, although I have tried Reed and Gem as well, but I didn't think I'd ever get a chance to try a ZUTANO. And obviously the main thing about these is I will be trying to germinate the seeds, or stones, pits, whatever you like to call them, because obviously they could make a very hardy rootstock. Apologies for any noises in the background. Somewhere very close here, I would say that I've got a parakeet who seems to be particularly chatty. I think he might be sitting. Oh, he's just sitting at the top of a conifer up there. I don't know if you can see him at the top of the tree. Let's see if I can zoom in at all. Right at the top of the tree. Wants to be king of the castle, obviously. Lovely bright green. Sorry, I'll get back to the avocado in a minute. Obviously this one's eating the miniature cones or seeds on the pine tree. Conifer, I should say. Oh, he's really standing up proud. Wants to be the head honcho, I would say. Anyway, back to the avocado. We're not here to talk about parakeets. He's thrown off now anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to cut these out, well, certainly cut this first one open that looks a little bit overripe and see what it looks like inside, and show you the inside, see what size stone it's got, or seed, and then I'll give it a taste if it's looking edible and see what I think of it. So I'll flip the camera around, see you in a minute. Okay, so here we are, so you can get a better idea of the size now. It's about the size for medium hass. There's another one there now, parakeet. I don't know why they're so loud today. Let's cut this in half and see what this looks like inside. See if it's badly bruised. I think the other one will be better if this one is badly bruised. So I haven't got to worry too much if this one's duff. Because the main thing is to have the seeds available. Okay, doesn't look too bad. Now, first thing to note, it's got a huge stone in it, which has come free from the flesh. Now actually, it's a little bit bruised at the top, but it looks okay on the rest of it. But as I said, having never had a ZUTANO before, and I may never get to have one again, I'm going to have no idea if the taste is typical. As I said, I've heard that it's not particularly good avocado, and it's really, people are more interested in it for its abilities to grow in cooler zones, well, at least in America. It's a bit irrelevant over here with our climate, but let's just see. I mean, I normally have my avocado with condiments on. I like vinegar on mine, Worcester sauce, perhaps a dressing of some sort, pepper, but I'm just going to have this plain to get a better idea of the taste. The flesh is nice and soft, so no problem with that. Now I have had this in the fridge, so of course it's chilled it a little bit. How do I describe it? Not very good at describing things like avocados. Now I would say it's a bit buttery. It's quite a bland taste. It's not a strong avocado flavour. Yeah, I'd say it's quite mild. It's definitely buttery. There's a hint of nuttiness to it. It's not... I wouldn't describe this as an oily avocado. Although having said that, it might make for a nice guacamole. Yeah, not a strong flavoured avocado. It's quite mild. Definitely on this one a hint of nuttiness. But it's definitely a bit buttery. As I said, not oily. I quite like it. Fabulous sized stone or seed. I'm going to eat the whole avocado for sure. Hard to know, to be honest, it's better than most of the hass I have. Hard to know, having never had one, whether it's a typical ZUTANO flavour or texture, or even if the colour is typical of ZUTANO. Because the colour just surprises me. It's such a pale greeny yellow, and I'm pretty sure when I've seen pictures of ZUTANO online, that they weren't this yellowy green. So whether or not that's to do with, as I said, whether they've been grown in or sunshine. It's not parakeets, it's noisy motorbikes, but I'm liking the flavour of it. I mean, I may never get to eat them again because I just can't imagine they bring in avocados from Peru very often. But what a lovely opportunity. Thank you, Amy and Ben. Tropical Gem. Really excited to have been able to taste that and do a tasting video. And I'm definitely going to plant these massive stones. I won't leave them lying around like I sometimes do and never get round to planting them, because it would be really nice to have 2 ZUTANO rootstocks, because they would be absolutely perfect for grafting on the London avocado. So that will be my plan if I can get these to germinate and get to a decent size. I've no idea if ZUTANO is slow growing, fast growing, or easy to germinate, or you know, it may or may not be sort of an active plant when it's a seedling, or it might grow very, very quickly. We'll wait and see anyway if I can get them to germinate. It's the right time of the year because it's only mid-June, so if they should germinate by probably 4 to 6 weeks, which means they'll have the latter part of summer to grow. I won't risk leaving them outside because I wouldn't want to kill them off in the first winter if they germinate, but we'll definitely see what happens. So that was my first ever tasting of ZUTANO, a real rarity and a delight to be able to try those here in the UK. Good luck if you manage to come across some. I presume they were in one of the sort of Turkish type or Middle Eastern supermarkets. They certainly weren't in a regular supermarket. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Please give me a big thumbs up. By all means, sorry, fly in my face. By all means, please share the video if you like. I'm sure there'll be a few people interested in seeing that variety tried. Please subscribe to my channel and remember to click on the bell if you'd like to know when new videos come out. I'll see you all soon. Brett out for now.